Listen, human, you don't want to know the war I've seen. The bloodshed, the carnage, the Goblin Slayer episode 1s, the poverty, the scuffed VTuber streams. You should be grateful that I—
Oh my god.
Who are you looking at? I'm right here. Yeah, hi. Remember that side quest where I picked up 2 eggs and you only gave me 50—
This is the most... What is with her armor on Dark Knight?
experience in return? Well,
Yeah,
look at
Scuff
me now.
VTuber streams. I
I'm
know,
the
she's
warrior
calling
of
me out again.
darkness. They even named this expansion after me. These devs profit off of my name and image. But how do they treat
She's
me
maximum
like the
cringe it fits.
merciful
It's
god
true.
I
It's
so
true. It's true.
clearly am? Imagine the devs actually respecting me. Don't give me your filthy pity. It's
Okay, here's the thing about cringe. You live in it, okay? I live in it, okay? I understand. You love her videos. She's so condescending. I know, that's what makes them better.
It's time to become what I
We can
must,
tell, Kai.
so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
can become what you must, which is a subscriber. Wait,
okay.
where are you going? Please don't leave me. Say what you will about the job itself, the story and lore for Dark Knight goes hard as heck. I also like how our mentor is named Frey, because the Google definition for Frey is to become worn at the edge, typically through constant rubbing, because that's a very pure description that can never be taken the wrong way or made a meme at all. Shut up!
Why is everything so degenerate in this video game? Why is everything so degenerate?
Shadowbringers is also considered one of the best expansions story-wise, and I can't disagree. However, there has been some downright aggression
Because
towards
it's
Dark Knight
made
in
by
this
Japanese
expansion. Let me
devs.
explain.
I don't know about
In
that.
Shadowbringers, Dark Knight is the poster
It's
child,
more fun
and
that
they
way, that's
also
true.
introduced—
You know what? That's true. World of Warcraft's going out of their way to removing everything degeneracy, and Final Fantasy XIV just naturally letting it flow.
the ranged DPS Dancer, and the tank Gunbreaker, a shiny new tank with a more engaging DPS rotation and actual job mechanics, advertised by Thancred in the trailer. So, for this expansion, for whatever reason,
Gunbreaker
they
is
decided
better
to
than
add
Dark
direct
Knight.
competition
I
for
used
the
to feel
tank
the other
attention
way.
that rightfully belonged to Dark Knight. The only time they've done something similar was by making Samurai and Monk share Stormblood, but it did make sense considering the location we were going, and even if you didn't play Monk, the job was represented by another character. Meanwhile, Gunbreaker is a job we assumed would only be available once we made it to Garlemald, but the devs made the conscious decision to bring it to the Dark Knight expansion. Why? I mean, not that I'm mad. Gunbreaker is my tank main. I love it to death, but I can't be the only one who thinks it's kind of funny. Oh, and for 5.0, they made the very bold decision to take away mechanics from the very job they were meant to put on a pedestal. That's right. Everyone say, rip in peace, Dark Arts. What did they
Okay, Dark Arts was always annoying to me. I really didn't, like... I know Gunbreaker weaves, like, way harder, right? I've just never liked Dark Arts because it just never felt good. I'm happy it's gone. Like, I think the part that probably, like, some people are, like, not happy about with Dark Arts being gone was, like, maybe the mitigation aspect. Because, like, didn't Dark Arts used to buff Dark Mind? I'm pretty sure it did.
replace it with? Internal release. No, really, it's the same thing. Moving on
It's
to
true.
animations, let me show you a little something something.
Come on, everyone wants to
Personally,
fell
the
cleave.
aesthetic for Dark Knight is off the charts. It tickles the little emo kid who lives rent-free in my brain. Look at this! Yeah, so cool, right? Well, yeah, that's all it is. Cool.
Look. I don't know why it itches some, like, piece of me where I actually do like the heavy armor and stuff for Dark Knight. Like, I feel like I have that emo side of me, and it lets it come out. Like, my Dark Knight armor is kind of emo when I've used it. There's not a reason why this exists or anything. there's no reason this exists or anything, right? Just maybe there's that little bit of me. Hey, Okami.
Looking. In terms of actual gameplay,
Not enough
the
black.
substance doesn't live up to the hype of the Flash. What do I mean? Well, to discover the answer, let's take a look at our sad
Living
little
Shadows an
friends up
overglorified
close and
dot. Yeah, it's a dot that randomly does damage. Like, randomly gives you a different result depending on what the shadow determines to do, right? Embrace the full weave and use a Denta Kai on Dark. God. No, I use my Cronius Lux on my Dark Knight.
personal and find out how the Dark Knight players themselves are coping. What? You think I'm edgy? You think I'm edgy? Say it to my face and you'll get cut by the edge of this blade.
Her weapon's not edgy
the
enough.
stereotype is true, but not in the way that you think.
You need a
image of
glowy
emo
weapon.
that people have for Dark Knight is fake emo, hot topic emo, 21 Pilots emo, but they are so much deeper than that. They are, please say psych, your comments are concerning. Do you need me to call you emo? They contemplate leaving the confines of this mortal realm on a daily basis, not because
Fuck. You guys didn't hear that. Okay, you guys need to delete the last 30 seconds of this stream. I'm gonna unarchive the stream. I didn't say that about glowy weapons.
of the treatment from the dead.
I hate glowy weapons.
Definitely doesn't help. If I could, I would help them by sending all of my kawaii anime girl ooh-woo energy their way, but they would probably catch it in their bare fists and crush it right in front of me. They don't want my help. Nay, they don't need.
Oh my god. I feel like this video is so much worse. Watching her Catboy have like fangs while it's a Dark Knight. It's like even more like edgy.
They are whatever the opposite of a white knight is. You see, a white knight swoops in to defend his waifu, but the Dark Knights don't need a waifu. They need a reason to live. So when they see an anime girl, they start swinging, Mikote and all raw girls included. Honestly, a hero. I know it's what we deserve, despite their dark outlook.
Just embrace the edgy waifus. You don't white knight the waifus on Paladin. Or you shouldn't be white knighting the waifus. Just as a Dark Knight, embrace the edgy waifus.
Look on life, they are usually very funny people, masters of memery. Scholar players continue to be mad about their treatment. The Dark Knight is resigned to his own personal Hades.
Yeah, I'm open to glamour
He
judging
gazes
tonight.
wistfully at the other tanks, wishing yet knowing he can never be like them. He walks a lonely road, the only road that he has ever known. His shadow is literally the only thing that walks beside him. But according to Reddit, the shadow is just his persona. Now you've got him contemplating unaliving himself again. Look what you did, you big goof! From a quick internet search, you'll see that Dark Knights are tired of the Blackest Night being used as an excuse to not fix the glaring issues with their job. After all, a 25% shield with a 15-second cooldown that gives you access to free DPS when used correctly? That's awesome, that's great! What more could you even need? Well,
I feel like Dark Knight was so OP on T. Because like even auto attacks like half the time would like break shit, like break your shield. Like you'd constantly be having that shield up spamming, like, or I don't know, that's just from what I saw. I just felt always the Dark Knight was super OP when you could break the shield constantly, and T was like a really easy place to use it like that. Although I'm not like, I don't usually prog with Dark Knight anyway, so at least in the past, I don't remember last time I progged with Dark Knight. I know I progged T with Dark Knight. It just seemed like it was OP though.
turns out, a lot.
Oh, your
could need
squishy
a
ass
lot
doesn't
more
die
than
on
that.
summon. That's not good. That's true. You can
Now, Dark
can use
Knight
it that way
is
too.
not my main. As you can tell from the footage, I am not qualified to give much advice on it. Since I'm a healer main, I get confused when I need to press
TBN
more
needs to
than
be
3
20 instead of
buttons.
25.
But there's a very real reason I play Gunbreaker instead of Dark Knight. So here's my tip to anyone wishing to pick up this job.
It's
If
just the
your
Gunbreaker
healer for the
rotation's so much
dungeon is a
cooler.
white mage, just give up. Submit yourself to suffering. What do you mean, Lucy? White mage is the only healer that can make good use of Living Dead. Sure, fine, I'll grant you that. But how often are you using Living Dead over the Blackest Night, the shield that must break in order to not be a waste of MP? And what is it that white mage love to spam?
I think that's the other thing is I'm always scared to
Holy, and what does
use
Holy do? It
Living
stuns,
Dead
so the enemies will
in
not
anything
hit
that
you.
isn't with
The
like
Blackest
static.
Night will not
I just
break
don't
at
trust the
all.
healers.
Don't even bother pressing it until the pull
That's
is
one of the
almost
other
over
reasons I
with
don't like
anyway.
playing Dark
All
Knight.
you can do is take it on the chin, because it's better for the white mage to DPS and dunk all over your own intended playstyle, because more DPS equals better every single time.
Living Dead
Yes,
isn't
your
even on your
synergy with
heart
white
bar. Oh
mage
my god.
sucks. No other tank gets punished for using their cooldowns the
You
intended
purposely
way
don't
with a
use
white
defensives
mage the
for
way
like the
you
first
do.
5 seconds.
And guess
Mob
what the
pull.
most popular healer is in dungeons?
See, I'm worried
Yep,
that the
it's
healer's not going to
white
pay attention, and then I'm going to
mage.
end
So
up
what's the
dying.
right
And then they're going to be
choice
like,
to make?
why'd you do a
Just
big
don't
pull?
choose one, my Satania. It feels great to cheese damage with the Blackest Night in dungeons. It's one of the few perks of this job, and healers love you for it, but it's pretty much non-existent anytime you get a white mage. Account for the fact that Sage has a mechanic where they also want their shields to break, and Dark Knight might have a 50-50 chance of being miserable in any
Oh
dungeon. It
shit,
used
I
to
didn't
be
even think about that. I wonder if those will stack. I have to think they would stack, right? But you'd have to like almost have like a Sage and a Dark Knight both, like, so TBN be up, and then you'd have the Sage's one up, and like would it like be like really good for a tank buster? But that's the only time I could see like you having both of them on. You've kept the TBN from popping by putting your shield up? Wow, that's massive BM. Alright. Alright, don't let Kaina be a shield healer.
even worse synergy back in the day when White Mage would stun the enemies, and part of your job mechanic was to get hit by enemies in order to restore MP, which would
Oh
force you
shit,
into
I
a
remember
single
that.
target MP restoration phase on 20 enemies until you could finally AoE again. All around, the relationship between White Mage and Dark Knight has been a little rough around the edges, yet Dark Knight must cling to them simply because of their chokehold on Benediction. Truly sadistic on Yoshi P's part.
You didn't know
So
anything
yeah,
about Living
my
Dead?
number
Oh
one
shit,
advice
that's
for Dark Knight
that
is
is
to be nice to
true.
yourself
It's not
and
very
play it in dungeons, which is about
for new
90%
players
of
that don't know
casual
anything about
content.
tanks.
Sorry, I just had a flashback to the Heavensward job trailer. The Dark Knight aura that we were promised. It was so beautiful, and yet what we actually received it's good.
I think they toned this down because I remember people complaining about Dark Knight's effects being too strong, and then they ended up like making them not as like obvious and like visible. I remember people bitching about this in early Heavensward, and I think they cut it down like a lot. It's like almost like the same thing with a Gunbreaker, because Gunbreaker used to have the crazy sound effects with like a lot of their attacks that like sounded so fucking cool, and then they made them like worse, right?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Just keep going. I just had an image of the time we had job mechanics, dark arts, the MP balancing. We were different from warriors.
Dairy Cream, thank you for that raid.
I'm sure that was the last of it. Nothing to see here, kids. Move along. Scorch! Our dot! They took it. Only to return it as a living shadow. What?
Oh shit, she actually called Living Shadow a dot. I know, I thought you guys were memeing about that. I mean, it literally is a glorified dot. Fuck, that's so messed up. I know it's a dot. The same, what was it? Okay, the reason why, like, originally, like, I called Kenki on Samurai a dot too. Because I always felt like you could fit, like, in the original Samurai, I know you had a, like, Hagakure, or, No, Hagakure is the one that makes you spend all your sens. Fuck, I forgot the other one. No, wait. Is it Hagakure? I don't remember. But, yeah, they're whatever the dot is for samurai. And then I always thought of Kenki as almost like a dot that you, like, generated, like, in a lot of ways. But I guess it's, like, not really. I don't know. That was kind of like my mindset, because I remember, like, you used to have phlebotomize, and you would have chaos thrust on Dragoon, and then on Monk you would have touch of death, and you would have not boot shine. You'd have what's Monk's other Hagenbana? Thank you. What's Monk's other dot or old dot besides touch of death? It's like in the last demolish. Is it demolish? No, Monk used to have 3. Holy shit, with fracture included. Demolish, touch of death, and fracture. Jesus. Because, like, I remember Monks always, like, having to have, like, so much TP if they were using the fracture build. Oh my god. Yeah, anyhow, I was like, Samurai only has 1 dot, and I was like, that's weird. And, I mean, yeah, Ninja had 2 dots as well, right? Because there was Shadow Step or something, and there was another dot. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've played Ninja. I don't play Monk or Ninja that much. But yeah, I always thought of Hagenbana and like Kenki itself, like almost as a dot in a way.
Oh, that sure was a lot.
Shadowfang, thank you.
Don't worry, I'm perfectly fine. We've talked about this, Susan. I don't need help. I'm not mad that I'm a great value warrior. I'm not mad that I don't get my full AoE rotation until level 72. I'm not mad that my invulnerability hasn't been fixed after 6 years of suffering with it. I'm not mad that they've decided flashy graphics is all that Dark Knight mains care about. I'm not even a little
That
tilted
lighting
that
is...
enhanced unmend is a thing now, instead of the million of other changes they could have come up with if they listened to anything we had to say at all. I'm good.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Dark Knight, even though I like the aesthetic, I like the gameplay of it a bit more than like Warrior and Paladin. It was the least impressive out of any of the tanks when it came to that trailer. Like, it was almost, when I saw that trailer, I was like, did they even do anything for Endwalker? There's literally nothing. It still is, yeah.
I'm great. I'm a Dark Knight. That means
they gave us Shadowbringer, true. They gave us the name of an expansion.
To you. I sit and wallow in my sorrow, and then I melt the agony into a blade that can pierce through the squishy flesh of any who oppose me. As a matter of fact, I tire of long swords. I tire of the cloud references. I tire of the weird battle and victory poses. I will take this agony and make certain that the bladed births will have the glistening curve of a scythe. Well. Look what we have here. A new DPS job with an aesthetic very similar to Dark Knight, with an aura that's way cooler than theirs.
Everyone who's Dark Knight's just gonna switch to Reaper.
Shadow that even fuses with them,
unless they're just a tank player.
Avatar form, played by the main villain of the expansion, which gives it that extra flavor of edge, full of engaging job mechanics that feel rewarding and fun. Yeah, no need to be worried. I'm sure that won't steal any of the Dark Knight players away. I bet they're tickled pink with what's been going on. Being the lowest DPS tank is a great look for them.
They actually have something called Start in Darkness, yeah.
Lore compliant. I gotta remind everyone that strong in
people like fuck. I am wanting to play Reaper. What the fuck is wrong with me? What has happened to me? I feel like I've been poisoned. I'm literally wanting to play Reaper. It's literally the most edgiest melee DPS. And I used to be playing the most weeb melee DPS. What the hell happened to me? Is it because I played Bloodborne? Hot Topic Kai? From weeb to goth, aren't those like basically the same thing? Darkness Imprisoning. Guys, fuck. I used to listen to My Chemical Romance. We need Hot Topic Kai model for Endwalker.
And capable of clearing content doesn't mean fun. And many Dark Knight players have felt ignored by the devs for a good while now. So when you see the living dead become one with the dead, I hope that I have helped you understand why. All I really want is for the Dark Knight mains to feel heard by all of us. Yes, my edgelord friends, we see you. Though I am far less knowledgeable on Dark Knight than Scholar, it's only fair that I do
Don't
my
fear the
darndest to
Reaper.
chronicle their suffering for all to see. Remember that they once lived. Looks like we Scholars and our Dark Knight comrades will be
Yeah, I
walking into
kind
the
of
great
feel
unknown
like
of Sage and Reaper
I
together,
kind of feel
hand
like
in hand. And if that
Dark
is
Knight's gonna
utopian,
decrease
I
quite a
don't
bit in
know
the
what is.
expansion.
And don't even worry about it because yeah, in case you were
Unless it's like
wondering,
OP
I
for like
wrote a quick
potency
rap
reasons
about
or
it.
something.
The Blackest Night didn't end the fight for a functional tank worthy of Dark Knight. In a release got us
Did
all
you make
to
a Reaper
seize the
glam? I
victories
do
of
have
sight
one.
singing rest in peace. Not a warrior, so I don't rampage. I drop the blood gauge, plunge to a brand new stage. On my teenage rage starts a graveyard age. Now I'm out. Come along, Sage.
I think her videos just make me suffer. And make me realize bad things about myself.